Hello, hello, hello. Let me see. Let me get the word out. So I am here. Yes. We can continue to share. Let's see. Today is Saturday. Certain people would not mind giving an invite in regards to joining the conversation, but not everybody chooses to join the conversation. And that's okay because we are who we are, and we're only going to be who we choose to be. In the year of 2024, I'll say, yeah, right. This is America. Understand what I'm saying, as we are only Americans. And as an American, what is it that you do, and how is it that you understand that it is your obligation, this thing we call citizenship? Critical. We all must understand that we are only human, and as a human being, who are you and what is it that you're doing? Because this is the year of 2024. Let me see. Somebody else said they wanted to come. Let me see. I got to copy that. Then I just got to go back here and go to WhatsApp. Hello, WhatsApp. And then share my condition. So here we go. There we go. And truly, anybody who would like to join in is always welcome, as we are only Americans, can be no more than what you believe you are. But if you don't have a definition as to how you choose to, join in the conversation, what is it that you do and who are you in the year of 2024? As I have chosen to be a public announcer, we are just going to share information in regards to how I see, from my perspective, life. So truly, this is how life goes. And I had to deal with an issue that had to do with Chase Bank, because they were charging my son for his bank account, and he has a disability, and he should have a free account, because I am forced to be his payee because he is autistic and in the spectrum, and it's not like he couldn't oversee his finances, but he has issues, as we all do. But his issues have given him Social Security disability. But you see, when the discrimination came in, is that I realized that they were charging him $12 for an account that, we agreed to $6, but it went up to 12. And that's quite a bit of money when I'm trying to teach him how to use his money. So I went in there because I was concerned, and we had a conversation. And then they wrote a letter to their corporate office, and I got a phone call. And they were saying, unfortunately, that we were going to continue to get charged because his account started off as a student account, a learning opportunity. And then because he really was never in college, and I said that wasn't really a requirement, because we were just paying the $6 a month. And he should have been free simply because we did have an automatic deposit going there. But when we got here to Nevada, they said, oh no, he could not have a deposit going into an account specifically for him. So they changed it. But you see, they don't get to just change things like that. Because for people with disabilities, as long as they have a deposit going at a certain amount, then their account is supposed to be free. Now, what sets him apart is that he was born with a disability. And as he is autistic and in the spectrum and suffers from epilepsy, which is a brain disorder, and this was all caused by my former employer, who has going to have a wake-up call very soon, as I have requested the paperwork to go back to court to see the judge about their behavior and their denial of services. But you need to understand there's always a portion of something that you gotta do for yourself in order to go somewhere. And there are so many people that just didn't get a high school diploma. Okay, that's just fine. But you should have something because public education is mandatory. But if you walk away from that with nothing and everybody else is getting paid, what do you call that? Let's share some more pages. Hey. Oh, yeah, there we're going to share on neighbors because we can share on neighbors. And people could actually choose to come on in, enjoy Podbean, and have conversations because we all need to understand that we are only Americans. And the only thing I ever learned from public education was the Pledge of Allegiance. We can say it now. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning. It's not morning. It's the middle of the afternoon, and it is 105 on the patio. No, 109.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Doing pretty well. Thanks for having me on your show.
Hey, you made it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just real. Because when you really just start to understand, it's you. You're the missing person in the whole equation.
Yeah.
Because
I've been
huh?
I've been seeing about some of the issues of speaking up and where that counts as individuals on municipal matters.
Well, that's where your power is. I had a problem with Chase Bank, and it was just a problem because I am my son's payee because he has epilepsy and he was autistic, and he's always had Social Security, and so the only requirement for the free account is that you have a deposit going there for so much money. Well, that
Right.
didn't allow him to have access to his own card, and so we went and got this student account, and it was only $6, and I said, okay, we can do that. And then before I knew it, it was $12 a month. And then, they just tried to charge him. And I'm saying, oh no, why are you charging him? It's his account. It's his money that makes this account free. And then they're going to,
Well, it's good that you questioned them.
well, I did, but I'm going to tell you, I questioned them, and then I got a call from their corporate office, and they said, that's the way it is, because we signed up for the student account, and now he's not in it anymore because he was never a student anyway. It wasn't about that. It was about him learning, right? And so anyway, they told me that to go to the bank and figure out what to do. And so I went to the bank, and then we gave him his own account, and it was a $5 account a month. And I said, okay, well, we can do that. It's 5 is not 12, right? And so I agreed to the 5. And so, but then they locked me out of his account. I said, I don't know who you motherfuckers are. I'm not the one. I'm his payee, and I am his representative. How in the hell you're going to stop me from accessing his account? I got right on line, and I filed a complaint with those people that are overseeing Consumer Protection Bureau, because it is discrimination, and you have to be able to articulate your concern, and your concern, the way you share it, may not fit the responsibility of trying to articulate where you really are, because if you don't use the right words, you're not going to get the benefit. And that's just the way it is.
That's right.
It's just the wording. And so, because I filed a complaint against my former landlord, and I was living on 5242 14th Avenue, and then that lady lost a house. It was a black woman, but it was an awesome house. It was upstairs, full basement. My kids had converted the basement into a sound room, and they were doing all kind of stuff, and the kids would come in all times of the night, but because it was a basement, full house basement, they could be down there, and me and Tyler could be upstairs. And it went on like that until they got out of high school. But when she lost the house, of course, I had to move. And then I moved over there on Candlewood. But, I do. Huh?
Did you get your phone hooked up?
No. Not my new one. I got this one. Excuse me. I'm about to be at a family function, but I do want to wrap this up. I'm going
Yeah,
to take you out.
but anyways, I was just saying that what she did was she didn't want me to have a live-in aid, and she thought she could prevent me from doing that. So she wrote to the Section 8 people telling them she was disapproving of my aid and all this because the law said that she didn't have to accept my son as my son's caregiver. And I'm saying, oh no, the rules have changed and I know what my rights are. And so I ultimately filed a complaint against her through the EEOC office, but she had a girlfriend in the EEOC office. And I'm telling you, see, this is how the world is. And she was helping her. I went over the girlfriend's head and filed a complaint at the HUD office.
That's right.
And then I got a check. I signed a compromising release for $7,500 and I got my money back. You understand? I didn't get my deposit, but I got $7,500. And I'm going to tell you how good God is or how the Lord works. So anyway, she got over on me, right?
Right.
And then I went home back to Sacramento for my mother's funeral. And I went over there to the house. The house had burned down to the ground because she was just dirty. And what they did is they filed what do you call that? They filed, what do you call when you have like a damage, whatever, through AAA, and then they put it against me. And so I didn't know.
A lien.
Yeah, they paid me out of my own owner's insurance. And I didn't know that because they didn't ever inform me. And I'm saying I didn't know that until when I got here and I needed to get insurance on this house, And then they said I had a claim. I never had a claim. And then I had to track it down and figure it out. But you don't know when the deals people make on you. You just don't know. And that's why I said, oh no, I'm not going to deal with anything that seems to be the least bit oppressive because I'm free.
I agree. Hey, I take my hat off to you.
Yeah.
You should not tolerate it.
We can't afford it.
Because you can end up getting used to it.
It's called cognitive dissonance.
And that's not okay.
Then that's when we're in the word of cognitive dissonance.
Yeah.
Because we see this abuse going on and we as a people don't have a way to address it. There's no way.
That's right,
we
Darlene.
all watch.
Darlene, thank you for your words. Mm-hmm. I'm going to exit your show.
Okay.
I'm still listening to your podcast.
Okay.
At Parent Empowerment Hour.
All right.
It's riveting.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, no. Thank you for coming.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, you're welcome.
Bye-bye. And it's just important that we figure out how we have to share our perspectives because that's what we are doing. Sharing our perspectives through our life journey. And that's what trials and tribulations are all about. And that's what he's going to leave. Okay, I'm going to remove you because it's moving around. But the whole thing is that it is us as a people, and we are Americans. And what does American mean to you as an American? So many people don't have a definition after high school. But what did high school actually mean? Absolutely nothing. Just like the beginning of parenthood doesn't mean a whole lot until you become the parent. But once you're the parent, there's a whole level of personal obligation, and you would like to keep the system out of your life. But you have to understand we have just become system dependent. And as we understand how systems operate, it is true. But what we didn't realize is that we, the people, have to be overseeing the lack of maintenance or the lack of measurable outcomes. I mean, they have all these acronyms in public education that they talk about how it really goes down, and it just goes down that way. Failure is just not an option. It never has been. That's why we have IDEA under special education. But so many people, they just, the yellow bus seems to be a distraction, I think. And I'm saying, oh no, special education is like Burger King, and people don't even understand the power. I mean, I heard a woman get up there at the school board meeting. I stopped watching it. You can go online and listen to it. CCSD, Clark County School District's governing board meeting. I was watching it, and then when the mother got up there and she said they are putting her 5-year-old on the bus for 3 hours. I'm saying, what the hell, right? Why? Because the district couldn't figure out a way to provide early educational services, even if it was one teacher visit once a month. It is all about providing services and figuring out how it works best for the children, not just considering the children just a damn harvest. And that's where we are in America because Microsoft said it. And we just assumed, bing, 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 human capital. And I'm saying, oh no, I'm not human capital. It pissed me off when I bought Microsoft Office and it's locked down to one laptop, just one laptop. And then I had to look and find my other, places where I purchased the software because I plan on using the software and putting it back on my system. I don't care how old it is. It should have interoperability because I purchased that and it's mine. But you only know what you know. And when you allow people to ride you without making it clear that there is a cost, well, then that's on you. And there is a cost here to be the boss. And I pay so that I can choose to do what it is I do every day. And every day I just work on doing something for myself and enjoying the blessings of life and understanding that people just don't understand the power that I had in ensuring that my 40-year-old graduated from high school and he actually got a web-based design, a credential, 2-year credential. He just was going back to get his degree, but then the rules changed around college and the funding of college, and he just couldn't afford to get his last semester in. And I'm saying they hold your units. They hold your units if you don't pay. But I'm saying let's just all understand. They're writing off those loans and they just need to clear the credentials. What do they really mean? And the Black community, what do credentials actually mean when people have those degrees working in the Goodwill? And I'm saying, before I chose the Goodwill, I probably would have chose a volunteer position with the Peace Corps or with any other volunteer organization, AARP, or any other volunteer position in America, because when you're a volunteer, then you're in a sense of authority role, and that's just what it is. You become a national volunteer, and you could choose to meet with the governor or the local representatives, but as a citizen, these people look at you like you got shit on you, and I'm saying, I'm sorry, but did you not know that I am too a constituent? And constituent level, I filed a complaint against Clark County School District, against the state of Nevada, and I filed it under IDEA. But what I alleged is just the real thing. They don't have any data for what it is that they do. But when they misalign and they don't give clear guidance and they write regulatory rules under a habitual disciplinary problem, I said, oh, well, what is that? I don't know. I had to go search it. And whenever I don't know something, I just ask Google. And Google's so obliging. Google gave it to me. And it was frustrating when I realized what it was really saying. And I'm saying, oh no, did you not know that we have IDEA 2004? And did you just not know what America really provides when under the 13th and the 14th and the 15th Amendment of the United States Constitution just provides equal opportunity access for all? So under Title 20 and some other bottles of cherries, berry, I don't know what that is. When you get a little flash, and it took my interest for a second. It's still 109 degrees here in Viva Las Vegas, and on the patio it is 109 degrees. But my day is much better today than it was yesterday, simply because my family came through. I borrowed money from my brothers to pay my immediate bills, and they both supported me, and I'm just blessed, and that's just real. And so, here we are. Look at my sister-in-law. She sent me a photo, and she's out there eating them crawdads. They look like they're still living to me. I don't know about all that. Yeah, it's real. But she's at the Crawdad Festival in Sacramento, and I guess it was $20 a person because my cousin said she didn't go. And, the whole thing is that I believe that when you have a city or a town or a state, especially when you have a city like Las Vegas, and this city is all about human connection, human services, and everything in the city runs based on offering of a service. Irregardless of the service, there are 8 brothels here in Las Vegas. And those women who worked in the brothels got that CARES Act money. And they got all of that money just like everybody else did. But I'm going to tell you who didn't get that money. Women on welfare, who didn't work, and who didn't apply for the money. Because that was money that you had to apply for. And if you didn't apply, well, that money just sits in the coffers of the state, and they just get to keep it because it was your obligation to apply for yourself. But if you ain't doing what you need to do for yourself, well, what do you want me to do? Nothing. Because so many people will tell you that I don't speak for them. But what I do speak for is me. And what I see, and when you don't see what I see, it's just a level of dysfunction and mismanagement. And as the programs are not coordinated, so we don't have like early start or the partners in early start with the physicians, and we don't have committees, and we don't have a collection of citizens here who understand the responsibility of good citizenship is to engage in the process and just become a part of that committee. And even if it's your whatever, your home people, the committees that, operate in these huge apartment complexes and advocate for services, because I believe that when they have a certain amount of complexes in any area, they should be required to put an early start or a child care program in those areas, because you're producing humans in those large areas where they have all of those people living, and then there's just there are not enough services. But if you knew what the possibilities are of building huge areas like 400 or 750 homes in an area, and I'm saying, but there's not enough grocery stores and there's not enough local resources. But then the people who are moving in from other states need to understand that they wasn't thinking about their asses before they got here. Now you didn't wind it up here, but we're gonna need you to come to the table right away, because people who made these plans wasn't thinking about your ass really coming. And that's just the way it is. Yep. So anyways, I feel like I need a break. I'm going to play one of my nephew's songs. You just give me a second. I got to find it. Because I know you don't go away, but I go into my notes. That's where it's at. It's in my notes. Which one? What you know about? This one. I like this one. What you know about love? Enjoy. Hey, yo, Rain. Turn that up. What you know about love? What you know about love? What you know about love? You ain't never show no love. You and your friends put dust. You be out with the scrubs. All them late nights at the club. You ain't never show no love. What you know about love? You ain't never show no love. You and your friends put dust. You be out with the scrubs. All them late nights at the club. You ain't never show no love. What you know about love? What you know about love? You ain't never show no love. What you know about love? Yeah, we lit in the club. Yeah, throwing one straight cuts. We ain't never give a fuck. We ain't never give a fuck. What you know about trap? What you know about this? What you know about that? We out where you at, smoking dope this price. 2 shots, take you at the map. Said it's so L, but that's cat. Lost shot, can't lie. These niggas real whack. Had the jig and I was smack. Pop this and pop that. I do this when I'm sad. I let a fake in the past, yeah, that's what I had. Then I got bad. And now these niggas mad. What you know about love? You ain't never show no love. You and your friends put dust. You be out with the scrubs. All them late nights at the club. You ain't never show no love. What you know about love? You ain't never show no love. You and your friends put dust. You be out with the scrubs. All them late nights at the club. You ain't never show no love. What you know about love? Yeah, that was cool. Let me see what's happening now. I'm going to go back over there to the notes so I can get out of there. Yeah, because it's only going to pay once. And this one. And this one.
Take care of yourself, you ain't never did. All these niggas in my face, yeah, they snakes for real. Granny told me never lie, so I keep it real. Ain't see Brody in a minute, yeah, he in for drills. Facing all these backwoods, you know it kill the feel. You know it kill the feel. Take care of yourself, you ain't never did. All these niggas in my face, yeah, they snakes for real. Granny told me never lie, so I keep it real. Ain't see Brody in a minute, yeah, he in for drills. Facing all these backwoods, you know it kill the feel. You know it kill the feel. Facing all these bad words, you know it kill the feel. Take care of yourself. Pick up the telecall, real shit, get real. Take care of yourself. And my feelings like you cracking cells and popping pills. Take care of yourself. And my feelings like you cracking cells and popping pills. Take care of yourself, you ain't never did. Take care of yourself, you ain't never did. Praying for my brother, cause I know he kinda catch the fast. Yeah, I keep on mess. I don't even know how to think for myself. I don't want you coming in. I don't want you coming in. I don't need it. All these niggas capping all up on me. I just step back. I'm staying low key. Take care of yourself. You ain't never did it. All these niggas in my face, yeah, they snakes for real. Granny told me never lie, so I keep it real. Ain't see Brody in a minute, yeah, he in for drills. Facing all these backwoods, you know it kill the feel. You know it kill the feel. Take care of yourself, you ain't never did it. All these niggas in my face, yeah, they snakes for real. Granny told me never lie, so I keep it real. Ain't see Brody in a minute, yeah, he in for drills. Facing all these backwoods, you know it kill the feel. You know it kill the feel. Take care of yourself, you ain't never did. All these niggas in my face, yeah, they snakes for real. Granny told me never lie, so I keep it real. Ain't see Brody in a minute, yeah, he in for drills. Facing all these backwoods, you know it kill the feel. You know it kill the feel. Take care of yourself, you ain't never did. All these niggas in my face, yeah, they snakes for real. Granny told me never lie, so I keep it real. Ain't see Brody in a minute, yeah, he in for drills. Facing all these backwoods, you know it kill the feel. You know it kill the feel.
That's just real. Let's see what is here. Let me see what else is going on. It really doesn't, what can I say? As I'm trying to understand where we truly are, I realize that the whole narrative has changed. There are so many people out here streaming live events in their local communities across the nation, especially because of Juneteenth. But the conversation is, where are we in the year of 2024? Because the children are not making it across the nation, and I don't believe it is a color line. It is a financial line. Yet and still, the problem comes in when people don't understand that they just have human rights. And accountability counts, because there is regulatory guidance for the receipt of the state to receive any federal dollars. And then they have to have matching state funds, but when they've never even attempted to do that, I'm saying, okay, where's your data? And then I looked, and they're having to attempt to go for the waiver, but they have to have the data from 2017 and 2018. Now, there's data there, but it matters as to what the data actually looks like. So there is a basic requirement under Child Find that states provide services for all children and demonstrate their level of access, because the Biden-Harris administration simply said that in the year of 2024, all states will have achieved their personal obligation to create early start programs for the children who were counted under the census. So now we have a reference point and a starting point. And we also know what? We also know that most states didn't jump on it because they had always had this thing called states' rights and flexibility. And somehow, that flexibility thing, that's what went out the door, because Obama ended the waiver, said no more waivers, and states just can't give themselves waivers because they have to qualify for the waivers, so they have to have the data, but they don't even have the dropout data. And I'm saying, and when you dropped out, they weren't trying to give you nothing, and now they're realizing that they still had to offer you something, so they're rushing to build this behavioral hospital. And they put all them children in the hotels downtown. That's just real. Because they just don't have any coordinated services. That's why it's important for you, if you're at a level, to sit out here and enjoy these conversations, to get engaged in your local oversight process. Because I promise you, it's not happening anywhere. Black Lives Matter was a worldwide televised event. But when we're running around and pretending cognitive dissonance does not exist, because Donald simply just violated every rule that he possibly could. And then he says, don't worry, because when I get back to the Presidente, I'm going to pardon you all. And I'm saying, seriously? We just going to continue to go ruleless? And then I understand, as people, we've always been entitled to same access, same age-appropriate access. And people just have to come in with the data that demonstrates that they were doing the same thing for you that they've been doing for themselves. And when they don't have the data, then boo, let's all do the wake-up shuffle in 2024. So it's hot out here, and I'm going to take a break. It is 1:09, and it is 4:46 in the hot afternoon of Viva Las Vegas. And I said hot afternoon. Y'all have a blessed day, and next time, join in the conversation. We can just chit-chat. Nobody has to know who you are. And that's just real. That's the beauty of being out here in the ethos, is to learn how to communicate effectively, as we are responsible for where we are in the year of 2024.